But I think CM Punk going up against Drew McIntyre with Seth Rollins as special guest referee is one of, if not the most important wrestling match of the year. Top of the top, episode 257, Stash House Podcast. Your boy Tyler checking in. First time listeners, thank y'all for tuning in. If you tune in weekly, salute. And this is just an episode. Saw some topics you may want to hear about. Thank you for tuning in as well. Podcast available on all podcast streaming platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube page. Make sure you like this video on YouTube as well. Subscribe to your preferred streaming platform. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Check out this show. All love, greatly, greatly appreciated. Hope everyone had a safe week, safe weekend, enjoying your summertime. And shout out to everybody just accomplishing things on the timeline. That's what I want to shout out this week. From marriages to welcoming a newborn baby into the world, the college grads. Shout out to the college grads. I saw a few of those on my timeline as well. Parents getting their kids ready to go back to school. Entrepreneurs, people working 9 to 5s, people working on the road, away from their family. Everybody, man, just everybody with election year and all that, everybody just bickering back and forth. I just love to see some positivity on my timeline here and there. So shout out to everybody, man, just doing positive things out there and making a way for their family and making a way for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Stay prayed up, keep some change in your pocket, mind your own business. Those my 3 laws of life. Just made that up, by the way, the 3 laws of life for Tyler. Stay prayed up, get your money, and mind your business. There it is with that. Now, quick podcast note. I will be on break for about 3 weeks. I'll be returning August 27th. Numerous reasons. For one, this Thursday, August 1st, is my birthday. Shout out to that. Shout out to the man above, making another year of life, another 24 hours of life. All greatly, greatly appreciated. First birthday without my dudes here too, by the way, so got to go through that process. Grieve, but at the same time, enjoy, appreciate life, if anything. I got some things lined up for the next couple weeks to keep me, you know what I'm saying, on the up and up with that, but at the same time, you know, the one person who been there since I was born, it's the first year without her, but I'm going to make the best out of it. What else I got planned? And just overall, just waiting for college football season. Overall, August 27th, when I come back that week, college football will return, so many things to get to with that as well. So just a quick birthday break. I do it normally every year. Quick birthday break and add on another week or so. But for the next 3 weeks, no episodes. Check out past episodes on YouTube or your preferred streaming platform. And like I said, August 27th, I will be back. But this week episode, we're talking about SummerSlam, WWE SummerSlam going down this Saturday from Cleveland, Ohio. I will be tuned into that. We got 7 matches on the card, and out of those 7 matches, we got 6 title matches. So I'm sure we're going to have one, if not multiple, if not more than multiple title changes. We have to at this point. I mean, 6 title matches, we got to have at least 2 title changes in my opinion. Overall, I'm not mad at this card. It has been some backlash online from the wrestling community, which is nothing new. That's the one thing about wrestling fans. We find the good and stuff, but with that good, we're going to find something bad as well, myself included. But in this scenario with the match card, I'm not mad. Like I said, we're going to have a few title changes, I feel like, and some possible big returns. SummerSlam is one of the big 4 events in professional wrestling, period. Nonetheless, with WWE. So SummerSlam, I'm expecting some big things to happen and possibly some shocking moments, some what the fuck moments. So we'll see how it goes. But let's get to the card. First match, we got Logan Paul going up against LA Knight for the United States title. Of course, Logan Paul is the United States champion at the time. Over 260 days as champion. That put him 3rd longest reign for the United States title. So shout out to Logan Paul. But within that 260-plus days as champion, he only defended it twice, which I found crazy. When I saw that stat, I said, I feel like Logan Paul has been on multiple PLEs defending the title, but he only defended it twice on a PLE. So that was very, very shocking to me to see that. But with that being said, you got Logan Paul, 260-something days as champion, well respected. He does show up in the ring. No matter how you feel about Logan Paul, he does show up in the ring. He does give the crowd a WTF moment as well, something that'll go viral. But with that, only defending it twice. Match with LA Knight, who's for the past 2 years or so now, the fans have really got behind. The fans are ready for him to have his moment with the belt. Why not in Logan Paul's hometown of Cleveland, Ohio? There'll be a great moment for LA Knight and the fans. And, of course, I'm sure even though Cleveland is Logan Paul's home, I'm sure he may get booed in his hometown as well. So that'll be dope. What better time to put it on LA Knight than now? So I'm going with LA Knight defeating Logan Paul. LA Knight walking out the new United States champion. Next up, we got Bayley going up against Nia Jax for the SmackDown Women's title. Bayley's the champion. Nia Jax won her opportunity by winning the Queen of the Ring tournament. And it seems as if we can go from one story to the next. We got Bayley. We got a situation with her and Naomi. They friends, but we can see that possibly going another direction. Bayley has been champion since WrestleMania. She's had a good title reign, but you got the Nia Jax situation where she's been dominant. She's the Queen of the Ring. Why not put some type of validity to the Queen of the Ring by giving her not only the title shot, but having her win the title match? And then you got her roller with Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton, who's the women's Money in the Bank briefcase holder. That's the story right there. Like, yeah, we friends. Will you cash it in on me? Will you go to will you wait till somebody beat me or something? Like, that whole storyline of the champion rolling with the briefcase winner, that's an easy setup, in my opinion, for a future match. So I'm going with Nia Jax to defeat Bayley, and we'll see how it plays out. Next up, we got Sami Zayn going against Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental title. Sami Zayn did defeat Braun Breaker at the Money in the Bank event to retain his title. Now we got a rematch, which by now is like, okay, I wanted Braun Breaker to win that Money in the Bank. He didn't win that Money in the Bank. So for sure he's going to win that SummerSlam, right? So the whole thing with Sami, still the underdog. He beat Braun Breaker at Money in the Bank with just one haluva kick. And people are like, dang, you building up Braun Breaker for weeks and months now for him to lose off one finisher. And then the whole thing is, well, Sami Zayn, he's the underdog sometimes. All you need is one good finishing move or one good hit. That'll do the job. But Braun Breaker is still on his run right now. He hasn't slowed down. So I'm sure Braun Breaker should win at SummerSlam. And then that can possibly free Sami Zayn up to reunite with the Bloodline further down the line. And I'll get to that when I talk about the main event. That's what I'm thinking. I ain't gonna say you gotta have Braun win now, but at the same time, the way you building him up, for him to lose to Sami Zayn in 2 straight PLEs would be kind of crazy. I would be very, very shocked if Braun Breaker does not win against Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn won straight up, too, at Money in the Bank. So you got to have Braun Breaker win straight up, in my opinion. So I got Braun Breaker winning that match against Sami Zayn. Next up, the only non-title match on this card, we got CM Punk going up against Drew McIntyre with Seth Rollins as special guest referee. And this is my opinion. This is my hot take. But I think CM Punk going up against Drew McIntyre with Seth Rollins as special guest referee is one of, if not the most important wrestling match of the year. This match has all the details you're looking for if you're a wrestling fan. You got the storyline. Since Royal Rumble, CM Punk got injured in the Royal Rumble match. Drew McIntyre is taking credit for that. CM Punk missed WrestleMania, which it was scheduled to be CM Punk versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight title match. So Drew McIntyre taking credit for ruining CM Punk's return. CM Punk, since then, for months now, been calling Drew McIntyre the World Heavyweight title. After Drew won it at WrestleMania, CM Punk cost him with Damian Priest cashing in, Money in the Bank. What's the other event? It was another event. I forgot which one, when CM Punk came out as the guest referee, or came out as a referee. That cost Drew McIntyre the title as well. So on more than 2 occasions, CM Punk has cost Drew McIntyre the World Heavyweight title. And, of course, that Money in the Bank recently. So you got that. Then, like I said before, CM Punk, if he didn't get hurt, it was planned to be Seth Rollins versus CM Punk at WrestleMania, and they had like real heat outside of the ring, like personal issues with each other. And I like the way they brought Seth back into the mix too, with that situation where Drew McIntyre at Money in the Bank, they had their situation. I'm going to talk about more with Damian Priest. We don't know what's supposed to happen at the pinfall, at the 2 count and all that. So CM Punk came out. Well, Drew McIntyre came out to cash in. CM Punk cost him to cash in to have Damian Priest cover Drew McIntyre. Meanwhile, it was Damian Priest and Seth Rollins match. And Seth Rollins was like, I told you, like, you back, cool, but just don't get involved in my business. And we know that's a real personal issue those two guys got. So when you add Seth Rollins in the midst of that match, being the special guest referee, makes for a very, very interesting match, in my opinion. Not even for a belt. That's the best thing about it. But on the other hand, like I said, I do feel like it's a very important match. But on the other hand, it has to deliver. Y'all got a lot of things right. Some head-scratching decisions, in my opinion, with this story in the past few months. But now, when the bell rings, can these guys deliver in the ring? How healthy is CM Punk? Can CM Punk go? How long can CM Punk go in the match? Because you got to think, CM Punk came back November at Survivor Series. I think he had a house show match, I want to say, against Dominic Mysterio, I heard. But outside of the Royal Rumble, we haven't seen CM Punk in action yet since he returned to the company. So I'm very intrigued. Drew McIntyre, throughout these past months since the Royal Rumble, his character has got so much better. I was kind of upset he didn't just leave with the title at WrestleMania, because I like, bro, the hard work this man been putting on, and add on to the fact he's yet to really have that moment. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to Drew. He posted a picture with Jack Perry. That was a great troll to CM Punk. I really respect what Drew McIntyre has done to his character within the past 6 to 7 months. I really, really do. But it does set up, it is like Drew's like kind of the third wheel in the bigger picture. Because like I said, it's supposed to be Punk and Seth Rollins at Mania, so I'm sure they're going to want to eventually get the Seth Rollins CM Punk match at some point. So I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre. Somehow, some way, I think CM Punk and Seth Rollins' feud will override CM Punk and Drew McIntyre's feud, and that will lead to a Drew McIntyre win some way, somehow. And then we'll keep going with the Seth Rollins CM Punk story in the near future. But with this match, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre. But the match has to deliver. I don't know if it's going to be no holds barred, anything goes. I don't know if it's just going to be a great wrestling match. I'm not sure. Of course, something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Seth Rollins, the guest referee, something's going to happen. But in the end, I think Drew McIntyre will come out with the victory. Next match, we got Damian Priest going up against Gunther for the World Heavyweight title. Damian Priest champion. And like I said, this match is a big redemption match, in my opinion, for Damian Priest. Yes, he's had matches on Raw since Money in the Bank, but that Money in the Bank situation, I don't know what you want to call it. The 2 count was supposed to be in the 3 count. Damian Priest didn't kick out. My boy Price said it best when it happened because we was watching it together. He was like, man, maybe Damian got his lights knocked out. Maybe he couldn't comprehend like the kick out. Maybe the referee, you know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody, because right after that happened, Drew McIntyre came out, so maybe it's supposed to be a 2 count, but when it's supposed to go for 3, Drew McIntyre music was supposed to hit. A lot of different things, and it just made for a bad it made for a bad ending, but they rebounded very well from it, in my opinion, with CM Punk coming out, costing Drew the title, which I do feel like you could have just did that in the Money in the Bank match. Like, don't waste the briefcase. That's just my opinion. Now you got Gunther, who's the king of the ring. He's been waiting on his title shot for months now. And y'all know I'm a Gunther guy. I am a Gunther guy. I understand he lost to Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. I don't think it should have happened that way, with Sami Zayn basically hulking up or doing the Ultimate Warrior. He hulking up. I'm like, damn, Gunther's the longest reigning Intercontinental title. You're going to have Sami Zayn, who, like I said, should lose to Braun Breaker at SummerSlam. I didn't like the way they did it, but it is what it is. But I want Gunther to have the World Heavyweight title. Damian Priest has been kind of turned babyface in this feud, which I understand because eventually going to set up, I guess, him leaving Judgment Day or whatever. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I'm still not sold on Damian Priest. I respect his story, you know what I'm saying, coming from where he came from, being in the wrestling game this long and just now seeing the fruits of his labor, being the world heavyweight title. I do respect his story all the way 100%, but I'm more of a Gunther guy. I like how Gunther go about his business in the ring and outside of the ring. And I've been saying that for about a year now, maybe longer than that. But I'm a Gunther guy. I would like to see Gunther win, and I think Gunther should win. Go ahead, put the world heavyweight title on him, and let him carry it for however long he want to hold it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going with Gunther in that match. Next up, we got Liv Morgan going up against Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's title. Liv Morgan, the champion. We saw this story play out when Rhea had to leave due to injury. Then Liv Morgan came in the picture. Not only did she get the title, but she pursued Dominic Mysterio. Last week on Raw, they had Dominic seems as if he's kicking Liv to the curb and everything because Rhea returned. But, is it genuine? You would think it is, but Liv bad now. Liv bad, Rhea bad, Dominic in a tough situation. Whenever somebody give up their title like Rhea did due to injury, I always feel like once they come back, they're just going to put the title right back on them again. But I don't know in this situation. I don't know because you done a great job with not having Liv just hold the belt until Rhea got back because they're saying the situation with Liv when Liv attacked Rhea backstage before she got injured, Liv caused that injury by jumping her backstage. So it's a great way to put the belt on Liv and have Rhea having to come back to not only her belt, but maybe her boyfriend gone as well. So that's a great story they've done within that time period, but I don't know if they're going to give it to Rhea. Coming fresh off an injury, I think they're going to let Liv hold it a little bit longer, keep going with this Liv dominant dynamic. It's definitely one of the best storylines on Raw. You know what I'm saying? You can't deny that. So I'm looking forward to see how it play out, but I do think that Liv Dominic dynamic was going to somehow, some way have Liv retain the title. And who knows, maybe other Judgment Day members may come or somebody else. But I think Liv's going to retain. I think Liv's going to retain. And last, we got the main event. Cody Rhodes going up against Solo Sikoa for the undisputed title. Cody Rhodes champion, of course. The only issue with this match, because I think it's clear Cody Rhodes is going to win, the only thing with this match, you can't have it be overbooked. And it's one thing we learned with the big Cody Rhodes main event match at one of the big PLEs of the year, it can be overbooked. We saw how WrestleMania, even though Cody finally got his moment, it was kind of overbooked. And this one can be as well. You got the bloodline, the new bloodline, led by Solo. You got Cody's friends, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. The bloodline with Jacob Fatu, they just been running rampant on SmackDown. So who's going to show up for Cody? We expecting a Roman Reigns return and a possible Jey Uso return with Jimmy Uso with Paul Heyman. Roman Reigns coming back would be dope to see. I would be very, very excited to see Roman Reigns come back. It just got to be booked right, though. It's got to be booked right, and it's going to be like I said weeks ago, will it be a situation where he come straight for Solo, or will it be a situation where he comes back unsure because he did lose at WrestleMania? You know what I'm saying? So I'm very intrigued to see if Roman Reigns returns and the fashion he returns. And I'm thinking Jimmy just may come straight for Solo them because they took him out. But Roman is kind of different. Roman lost on his own accord, and he just left. And Solo just, stepped up and built the new bloodline, named himself Tribal Chief and everything. We'll see how it goes. But when you add the bloodline, of course, you add Cody's friends, possible returns, more than one return too, by the way, it could be overbooked. But I think it's kind of a foregone conclusion. Cody Rhodes going to win. I mean, Solo, like people been saying, like Solo was known for having a losing streak for the longest, and now all of a sudden he Tribal Chief. And you can clearly make the argument Jacob Fatu, within his short time with the company, has made a bigger impact than Solo has, probably since Solo interrupted WrestleMania 39. You know what I'm saying? So Jacob Fatu is definitely somebody I'm looking forward to see in the company. They say he was great on the independent scene, but I'm not that locked into the independent scene. I wouldn't know. But from the clips I've been seeing on TikTok and everything, yeah, Jacob Fatu is definitely the one to look forward to in the future in terms of the bloodline. But like I said, Roman Reigns, that's really the question with this main event. Will Roman Reigns return? What's the fashion heel return in? Will Jimmy Uso return as well? And will we get this bloodline civil war they're talking about for some Survivor Series? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, bigger picture going to WrestleMania, it really just depends on the Rock schedule. You know, we got college football coming up, depending on if the Rock shows up at a college game day, a Pat McAfee show, depending on the city and the city that SmackDown or whatever is in. That's how he did it last year. Just so happened it was in Colorado, same time. You know, scheduling and all that play a factor too, but I would like to see the big dog Tribal Chief Roman Reigns return. You can't say his presence have been missed. But they have done a great job. I see people complaining about this new bloodline, like they're taking Randy Orton out, they're doing KO, Cody Rhodes, the same situation like 3 weeks straight. I'm like, that's how you build character. That's how you build dominance. Let me take out the top baby faces. Let me take out the undisputed champion. We need to go back to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad they're having some type of physical activity with each other. That was my biggest thing with WrestleMania 39. The first time Cody and Roman fought, I said, yo, Cody doesn't really get physical leading up to his big matches, so I love to see this aspect coming into play now. And we'll see how it goes. But I think Cody Rhodes will win that match. So to end this episode, once again, my predictions for SummerSlam. First off, United States title match, LA Knight going up against Logan Paul. I got LA Knight winning that match. SmackDown women's title match, Bayley going up against Nia Jax. I got Nia Jax winning. Intercontinental title match, Sami Zayn going up against Braun Breaker. I got Braun Breaker winning. CM Punk going up against Drew McIntyre. Some way, somehow, I got Drew McIntyre winning that match. World Heavyweight title match, Damian Priest going up against Gunther. I have Gunther winning. Raw women's title match, Liv Morgan going up against Rhea Ripley. I have Liv Morgan winning. And lastly, Cody Rhodes going up against Solo Sikoa. Undisputed title match. I got Cody Rhodes winning that match. So this has been episode 257, Stash House Podcast. You guys go out and have a great work week. Graduates, college grads, enjoy your vacation time. Parents getting your kids ready to go back to school, get everything you need to get situated. Shout out to the kids going back to school. Already summer break about to come to an end. That's crazy. But yeah, man, once again, like I say, man, y'all stay prayed up. Keep some change in your pocket, man, and most importantly, mind your own business. You know what I'm saying? Keep me in your prayers. I'll do the same for y'all. Don't forget, podcast, we on a brief hiatus. We'll be back August 27th. August 27th. In the meantime, in between time, y'all be easy, man. Like I said before, keep me in your prayers. I'll do the same for y'all. Salute.